Welcome everybody to TopLine's Live at 5. My name is Brian and I am here to talk about stage 2 or phase 2 of your online marketing system. And last time that I was here, we were talking about phase 1, and that is where you have your foundation, where you have all of the necessary pieces in place for some real fun, heavy marketing to actually have an impact, to work. And what we talked about was that you needed to have a rock solid website, and we can always, go through what that means and in detail. But I just want you to know that, think of it like your digital front office, that if it is not up to date and it's not clean and it doesn't look new and fresh, then it's going to have not quite the impact that you want it to have. So then we also talked about that you needed to have your Facebook especially, but your social media, but more importantly, your Facebook profile constantly being updated so that it doesn't look like a digital ghost town, that you maybe put something up there once every month or a couple of times a month, and that's about it, or it's been 3 months or more since you posted, because that can hurt you, especially if you're running a lot of ads and offers and people are checking you out and they're not finding that you're active. So that can be a problem. So we don't want that to happen. And then last is your reputation, because we know they're going to check your Facebook. We know that they're going to check your website. We also know that they are going to check your online reputation. So if that's not in place, even if you think, well, I don't have any negative reviews, but if you don't have any current reviews, that's almost as bad, because what happens is people move on. And this is all about creating that foundation. And it also means that when you get a referral and they check all those things out, you look great and they call, and that way you don't lose those potential referrals. So it's sort of that basic foundation that you need in place. Stage 2, and let me switch my screen here for you. Stage 2 is about the business drivers. And that means we're going to be talking about actually bringing in new patients to the practice. And the way that you can do that, and what we really like to do, are 2 very effective ways. Number 1 are email newsletters. And if you already have this in place, congratulations, keep it up. This can be extremely effective. It is about staying top of mind. It is about having people continue to hear from you and to have you provide some level of value. And these newsletters don't have to be just tons and tons of information. You don't have to overwhelm them. You want to make sure that whenever they open your email newsletter, they get some little bit of information that adds value, and then they can move on. And that way it keeps you at the top of their mind. So they have what we call top of mind awareness when it comes to your practice. And then the really fun stuff, the Facebook ads. And this is where things really get fun, because you can start running very, very specific and clear offers to extremely targeted groups of people. That means that if your best patient is a mother of 2 that has, and those 2 are preschool age, and they have a very specific income level, and they are within a very specific radius of your office, you can actually make that specific target on Facebook and then only show your ad to those people and go from there. It's a really, really powerful way to go. Now, the reason that I'm breaking this up into stages is because if you try to jump too far too fast, things don't work as well, or they slow down. Because if we're running Facebook ads but you haven't posted to your Facebook page in 2 months, well, those ads aren't going to produce as well as they could have. And if you're running all these ads but you don't have a newsletter where you're consistently staying top of mind, it's not going to be quite as effective as it might have otherwise. So I just want to make sure that you're thinking about this, that as you are hearing from all of these companies and you're hearing about tactics and different things that you could be doing to bring in new patients, that you always think about that foundation and that you build in stages. All right, I just wanted to cover that for you today. Tomorrow we'll cover phase 3, which is the really fun, exciting stuff that can be done once you have phase 1 and 2 in place. Then phase 3 is kind of the direction that you go. All right, that's it for me. Let me know what questions you have, what we can do to be of service, and I look forward to seeing you next time on TopLine's Live at 5. That's it for me. Bye for now.